Okay, welcome back to the Morning Blend. I'm taking a lot of heat here. Twitter, of course, is super popular, but it still trails its cousin, Facebook. When it comes to social networking, there are way more users of Facebook.
And Amanda Goralski is the bizme.biz gal. She's a career coach and image consultant and a big fan of social networking. And she's here today to get us all up to speed about Twitter. And we can give Molly some crap about not tweeting since June 2nd.
June 2nd, everyone.
Here's the thing.
Therefore, don't follow real Molly Fair.
You can find more followers that tweet more than she does.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like sometimes I get confused about how to do it and like where to click on the page.
Well,
and
there really is a lot going on when you do look at a Twitter page. I mean, you've got the different feeds, and it's constantly coming in, and it is hard to keep up if someone does message you, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I want to respond to that, and then something else catches your eye.
Well, and there's no directory.
Yeah, there's no directory, but also, you know, like our executive producer, she tweets a lot, but she's not doing the show. She's just like hanging around the studio. But she's
gonna get a picture of that and tweet it right now.
This is me just hanging around the studio tweeting.
She does it all from her phone, and my phone doesn't have that capability, right?
I think all
it
phones
does
have,
if you-
have that capability.
No, it's not a smartphone.
Yours is a smartphone. You just don't have the data plan on it.
Oh, okay.
So the point is, Twitter can work for everyone, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm just, you know, an everyday person. I don't need Twitter." There's Kim tweeting.
There she is. There she is. That's hilarious. She's tweeting right now.
Yes. Why should the everyday person be tweeting? What is it about Twitter that people should be a part of?
Well, Twitter has really become almost the #1 news source. I mean, if there's breaking story, it's like breaking first on Twitter. It's this news phenomenon has completely shifted from, you know, possibly JS Online to now what's happening on Twitter. It's breaking here first. And that's why people should be on it, to stay up on absolutely every sort of interest that they have. I mean, even with the lockout ended yesterday, football players around the country they're first going on their phone and they're tweeting about how excited they are that it's over. Practices are starting before even the newsroom gets a hold of it.
Well, and that leads to a good question. Who should you follow?
It depends what you're looking to do. I mean, like someone like me and someone like you, you're probably following your audience. And that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm following readers of my magazine. I'm following, you know, other experts, HR managers, things like that. Keeping up with my industry is what Twitter is awesome for, because there's so much information out there. And depending upon your interests, you can tap into that industry by following like-minded people.
Well, I was going to say, you follow your industry and your interests, because like the football thing that you mentioned, it's really fun for people to get instant updates on what's the situation with the lockout. Okay, it just ended. Okay, that's great news to have. You know, if you follow Aaron Rodgers or something like that, you know, it's great to find out what he's doing.
Right, and that's just it, is you actually feel like these professionals, these celebrities are obtainable. Like I can have a conversation with them. You know, now all of a sudden they're just one tweet away from possibly answering me. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool, and I think that's something that, you know, is useful as well. I know a lot of times in the winter, I follow the Milwaukee Airport on Twitter, and I can find out a lot about flights when I'm flying home or visiting friends, things like that. And there's useful ideas. You can follow the police department and find out things like that. And today's TMJ4, which is great as well.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, when we had all of those storms, I remember tweeting with TMJ4, the Weather Center, and saying, hey, you know, in Tulsa, this is what's happening. And then all of a sudden, I became their go-to girl in Tulsa. Like, hey, at Bizme BizGal, what's happening right now? Like, oh, the thunder is crazy. And that's the type of communication that people are looking for.
Yeah.
Who should you not follow?
People that never tweet.
Busted!
Well, the problem, they're really trying to maintain the amount of followers that you have on Twitter. So you can only start to follow so many people, and then they cut you off. So then what you can do is you can go through and you can find people that never tweet, that you're not really having conversations with, and then you can remove them from your tweet list so that you can start following people that are engaging in conversation with you that you really want to follow.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the terminology, because I think this is another funny story about Molly, but a retweet, okay, that's something where people, something that you write. Yesterday we were writing about the Jersey Boys and the fact that they're coming back on our show on Friday and that we went to go see them, and it was retweeted by some of the Jersey Boy blogs. Okay, that's something that's good, and that's called an RT as an abbreviation, which Molly thought was a right.
I thought it meant like, give me a thumbs up, like, right, you know.
No, whenever you see in the 140 characters in RT, that means that they're retweeting someone else's information because they liked it, and now they're sending it out to their 3,200 followers on their profile.
Okay, and what is this up tweet? Or is
A
it
tweet up.
tweet up?
Yes.
I hope your kids are not watching today because they would be
know.
so embarrassed.
Yes,
No,
well, anyone in the Twitter sphere is like, oh my God, yes. A tweet up are essentially networking events for people that are on Twitter. So you go to, you know, AG Bombers has a lot of them. You know, a lot of the local bars have them. And then you go there and you can get like a little badge that says @BizMeBizGal, you know, and your Twitter handle. And so then people are like, oh, I follow you on Twitter and I follow you on Twitter and things like that. And
So these
it's
are
just,
in person?
Yeah, so it's just a way to connect with all of your Twitter followers in person.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Oh,
what
okay.
is like, what is a Twitter chat? Is that the same thing?
No, a Twitter chat is when like-minded professionals create a chat. And it's an hour long, and there's different ways to run it. It's either an open discussion about a specific topic, or it's like they blast out 4 different questions and people tweet about it, they talk about it. So it's just a way to engage like-minded people, whether it's job seekers, recent college grads, journalists, PR people. You know, it gives people an opportunity to talk about their industry, what's happening, what's not, in like a certain time frame for an hour.
We ran out of time. Just quickly in a word, what's the hashtag?
Hashtag is the £, and then a keyword. So you can search, so if everyone's talking about big events in MKE, they may go #MKE, and then you can click on that, and then everyone that's using that hashtag, all of their tweets come up, so then you can start seeing what people are saying about Milwaukee.
Okay.
Wonderful.
It's
Love it.
complicated.
Yeah, great information. You can follow Amanda on Twitter as well. She's under BizMeBizGal, but Amanda is the BizGal career and image coach. You can find her online at thebizgal.biz.
I don't think we should post this segment
This
on our
was an
website.
awesome
I'm tweeting this
segment.
segment.
Hands down, the
Thanks,
best.
Amanda.
Our picture of the day is next, including some chat about Twitter, maybe, if we get around to it.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.